Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, unbelievably, people guessed exactly where I was yesterday and it didn't take a whole lot of time. So I'm going to lower it from 1,000 Sujano points or whatever I said before to 500 and let me know where I am today. Mind you, Sujano points are pretty much worthless and they don't really mean a whole lot, so I guess I'll keep it at 1,000. Anyways, it's an absolutely gorgeous day if you like the rain. I mean, the views are absolutely beautiful. The rain is coming and going here. I'm going to try my best to record while I'm on the island. There's a hint. But I may have to go back to the ship to record. We'll have to wait and see here because obviously I can't record in the rain with this camera. So the first thing we're talking about on the docket today is PlayStation 4 emulation with PsOFF or PsOFF, or subscribe to Mr. Sujano depending on how you wanted to pronounce it. Anyways, PsOFF just got a brand new update. Now, in my opinion here in the PS4 emulation scene, PsOFF is one to pay attention to. This emulator keeps making improvements in leaps and bounds at a very fast pace. The latest release here is 2025 February 12th. There's bug fixes, graphical and audio improvements, and even more. And there's something very important to pay attention to. The dev team expects to have new releases for PsOFF every Wednesday. That means a new update every single week. And on a side note here, they say with this update, after all this time, the keyboard gamepad backend is no longer just a whole bunch of nothing, since gamepad emulation using a keyboard is finally here. And speaking about stuff to pay attention to, next up we're talking about the Game Bub. And the Game Bub is a free and open source FPGA retro gaming handheld. This one, in my opinion, is a super cool project, especially if you've got a bit of technical knowledge. So the Game Bub has support for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, and can play those cartridges. It's a super cool system. There's a very, very detailed write-up, and like everything we talk about, link will be in the description below right at the bottom. Additionally, there's a YouTube video showcasing everything in action, and if you're not interested in building your own Game Bub, I would recommend at least taking a look at the video. These things, in my opinion, are super cool, and I love seeing stuff like this. So let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Would you be interested in building your own Game Bub, or would you be interested in purchasing a Game Bub? And what do you think about the form factor? What do you think about the overall project? And what do you think about this view? I mean, absolutely insane. Take a look at that view behind me there. It's gorgeous. And speaking about gorgeous views, next up we're talking about, well, something that's not going to be a gorgeous view probably ever. And we're talking about Crysis 4, and it appears that Crysis 4 is officially dead. Now, DSO Gaming has a write-up about the entire situation, including the statement from Crytek. And if you take a look behind me here, it looks like the rain might be coming in. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit, and I'm a little bit worried. But we'll just wait and see here, and hopefully I don't get soaked. So the statement reads, like many of our peers, we aren't immune to the complex, unfavorable market dynamics that have hit our industry these past several years. It pains us greatly to share today that we must lay off an estimated 15% of around 400 employees. The layoffs affect development teams and shared services. This has not been an easy decision to make, as we deeply appreciate the hard work of our talented teams. After putting the development of the next Crysis game on hold in Q3 2024, we've been trying to shift the developers over to Hunt Showdown 1896. Now, it's worth pointing out that they don't officially confirm that the game is dead. However, based on the information here, the game has been paused. Development on the game has been paused, and it may never resume. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I would say if Hunt Showdown 1896 is very successful, then we may be in luck here. And if it's not, then we're probably not going to see another Crysis. But let me know your thoughts about that one in the comments below. Do you think we're going to see another Crysis game? Do you think Hunt Showdown 1896 is going to be successful? And if it is, do you think Crysis 4 development will continue? This one is really up in the air and could go either way. And speaking about stuff up in the air, next up here we're talking about Nvidia. And Nvidia seems to be in a bit of trouble, possibly if some testing confirms what a lot of people are thinking. So there was reports of 5090s, I would say, frying certain things in PCs. And it turns out that a 5080 is suspected of doing the exact same thing. Some people are saying that these are all user error issues, and some people are saying that these are defective Nvidia cards. And some people are saying that Nvidia is going to have to recall all 12 of the 5090s that they've shipped out. So we'll have to wait and see on this one. It turns out that Gamers Nexus is trying to buy the 5080 that was fried and Well, they're trying to figure out if it is an Nvidia problem or if it's a user error. Now, my opinion here, and based on the situation, taking a look at the write-up from the person with the 5080 that was fried, I would say it looks like they knew what they were doing. So I'm wondering here, is this really an Nvidia problem, and could this be widespread for all of the 5000 series cards? We'll have to wait and see here, but let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments below. Do you think this is going to turn out to be user error, or do you think Nvidia has a massive problem on their hands? Next up here, I'm back on the boat. The weather has actually turned out to be really good today. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Anyways, next up here, we're talking about Rockstar Games, and this is more of just a fun fact. It turns out that they have joined Discord, and there's people out there saying that Rockstar has joined Discord before we get GTA 6. Anyways, on top of that, that's one thing I wanted to mention, and I'm very curious to know if they're going to regret joining Discord, kind of like Denuvo did, but we'll have to wait and see there. Anyways, on a side note, RPCS3 has just announced that they have 400,000 users on their Discord server. So if you're a fan of PS3 emulation, if you're a fan of RPCS3, the RPCS3 Discord is apparently where it's at. And speaking about where it's at, next up here, we're talking about Apple TV Plus on Android. And oh boy, this is anyways here, Apple has announced that Apple TV Plus is rolling out to Android for everyone. The app itself has over 50 million downloads with a whopping 1.4 star rating. Anyways here, I thought it had already rolled out to folks on Android, but apparently it didn't, and they're saying here it's optimized for phones, tablets, and foldables. But based on the reviews here, I'm assuming it's not really optimized for any phones. Now, if you've got Apple TV Plus and you use it on your Android device, let me know your experiences in the comments below. I have not tested this out yet. I don't know if I'm going to test it out soon. But taking a look at the recent ratings and reviews of this thing, and well, it's not that promising. Who knows here, maybe it's going to get better, but at the same time, it just seems that Apple has not figured out Android. And last up here to me, this one is absolutely mind-boggling. It's from Embracer. And for those who may not be aware, Embracer is behind Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Anyways, this message is from their co-founder and CEO. And to me, it just seems obvious, but I guess companies are just not getting it nowadays. Anyways, here, they're saying that the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 success is a reminder it should make great games. Ridiculous. It seems so simple, but at the same time here, here's the exact quote. The success of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a reminder of our core to bring great products to the market. Yeah, no kidding. Great products, I would say, generate great sales. I could be wrong with that, but I really don't think so. And I think this is kind of a current picture of the marketplace. I guess companies are designing games to just generate profit as opposed to generate great games that generate great profit. Who knows here, maybe that's a very hot take, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know why this quote is a thing. I think companies should realize making great games is a good thing for gamers and a good thing for the industry overall, as opposed to, well, just trying to make money for shareholders. Maybe that's the hot take. Let me know your thoughts about that one in the comments below, but it should be a no-brainer to companies that they should be making good games. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. I didn't see any fluffs today. I did see some monkeys and some goats, but unfortunately, I did not get them on camera. Anyways, we talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a like. And if you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state, and I'll see you tomorrow.